Hello, love. It is great to welcome you to another segment in the world of sewing. We are learning measuring and sewing tools. I want you to sit back, learn, and have fun. What is measuring tools? Measuring tools are those pieces of equipment which helps to make measurement of body and clothes. This is with the respect to clothing construction. That is, they are different tools used on clothing construction. Why are sewing tools important? Sewing tools are important not only to enable you to create beautiful items that can pass down, and they are the same skill that needed to mend and alter clothes. Knowing how to put a hem back in your pants and skirt, and as well as how to sew common button back on your shirt on a cloth is extremely important and can be very expensive to have done. And also you need tools, that is, you need such sewing tools as chalk to mark the details on your garments. They greatly enhance the sewing experience. List of some sewing tools. Now you know that sewing is very exciting and healthy habit, that you can be creative as much as you want in creating nice sewing articles for yourself or your family. But before you start, you need the right tools and the material. Now let's find out some list of some sewing tools. 1. Tailor chalk. 2. Tape measure. 3. Pins. 4. Timbling. 5. Papers and pencil. And lastly, scissors. Also, we have thread, we have needle, we have meter and yard rule, we have pin cushion and materials. All these are the some list of sewing tools that you can gather together to make a nice sewing. Now we are going to the next one. We want to find out sewing tools and their uses. So we are going to look at sewing tools and their uses. Now let's take a look at sewing tools and their uses. If you remember all those ones, so I'm picking them one by one and I'm explaining the uses of them to you. Now we have the tailor chalk. What do we use the tailor chalk to do? Tailor chalks are used to mark clothes during measurement for cutting or sewing, and it comes in a different colors. Tape measure. Tape measure is a flexible measuring device. It is used to take measurements of both of the clothes and of the body. It's usually made of a rubber as it is more durable. One side is marked in inch and yard, while the other side is marked in centimeter and meter. Pins. Pins, they use them temporarily to hold the fabric in place when attaching or cutting pattern or while sewing. Pins are very useful when you assemble your design. They are normally rust-proof stainless steel used to join the fabric together temporarily. More on sewing tools and their uses. Paper and pencil. We use paper and pencil for recording measurements. After you have taken the measure, you can now record them down. Scissors. We use scissors. You need them to cut your fabric and thread. Thread. You know, thread is like a tightly twisted strands of two or more plates on a yarn that are circular. You can see in our image there. And when cut in a cross section, it is used for hand sewing or also in a home or sewing machine. Needle. Needles is used for hand sewing and is a long slender. You can see the long slender tools with a pointed tips at one end and a hook at the other end. More on sewing tools and their uses. Let's take meter and yard rule. Meter and yard rule is used for measuring clothes. At times, they also use it to make a straight line on a clothes. Pin cushion. Pin cushion is a small soft cushion which is used in sewing to stop pins or needles with the air. You can see it in the image there. You use it to hold the pin easily or collect and keep them organized. At least you can avoid a pin falling everywhere or stepping on them. Material. Material are essential for design. They comes in different let's say we have different types of material, lining, cotton, wool, silk and so on, and they are available everywhere. I hope by now you know all the list of sewing tools and their uses. And you can see that it is not hard and you don't need a lot of measurement to get started. So it is easy for you. You can start taking having your sewing tools ready. Like I said, get all your sewing tools ready. So the next thing we want to do, the next step is that we want to look at what is body measurements. We want to look at what is a body measurement. Body measurement is simply getting an accurate, that is precise read on the dimension of those parts you are making some clothes for. It is an important step because you need to know the different size so that you can plan your pattern very well. Also, body measurement is getting the actual person or people who will wear the garment. So you need to get the measurement of that person accurately so that before you can plan your pattern. So why is it important to take body measurement? It is important to take body measurement because taking correct measurement is one of the most important steps in making a customized dress. When the body measurements are accurate, the garments can fit. You can see that a well-fitted garment can enhance not only the look of the person, but also the personality. So you can see it is important to take body measurement. And also, taking body measurement is one of the key to a great fit. You just have to wrap the tape around the area of the body measure. You can see it from our picture there. Hold it in a place and then put your finger behind the tape. Nothing more, nothing less. Very easy to do. How do I take body measurements for clothes? So we want to find out how you are going to be able to take body measurement for clothes. Now, the basic measurement needed to make a simple garment, because at your level, you are making a very simple garment. Now, to make a simple garment, you need to take the measurement of bust. Now, bust is where the measurement of bust is taken around the fullest part of the chest. You can see it there from the image. Is mentioned the bust at the fullest part. Then the hip is mentioned the hip at the fullest part of the body under the waist. Now the waist is around the smallest part of the waist. So the waist is where the body bends. You can see it from our image there. Back neck to waist. Back neck to waist is from the bone on the neck to the waist. It's from the bone on the neck to the waist. Sleeve length. Sleeve length is from the shoulder to the elbow. So when you take a measurement from the shoulder to the elbow, we have short sleeve. And then when you take it from the shoulder to the wrist, that is long sleeve. So sleeve length from shoulder to the elbow and elbow to the wrist. Taking body measurements also, we need to take the next one is skirt length. Now the skirt length is from the waist to the hip, that is depending on the desired length of the skirt. You can take the skirt length from the waist to your knee or down the hip if it is long one. Across back. Across back is from the point of one underarm to the other at the back. It's from one underarm to the other at the back. We also have what we call across chest. Across chest is over the fullest part from one underarm to the other. Is over the fullest part from one underarm to the other. Neck. Neck is around the neck. You just take it. You can see from the image there. Neck is around. Steps involved in making simple garments. So you can see now that to take a body measurement is not easy. Now you want to make a simple garment of yourself. You can make maybe it's a vest you want to make. You can make a slip waist. Now whatever you want to make, what are the steps that you need to take in making that simple garment? Now the first thing you need to do is to collect all your things together, all the material things together. Now what I mean by all the things is that is the sewing tool. Your chalk, tailor chalk, you need your scissor, you need your needle, you need your thread. You can see it from the image. Those are the items you need to get them together. Now, number two, you take the body measurement, which we have talked about. You know how to take body measurement. Number three, you need to draft a pattern with the measurement. That's whatever measurement you take, which you can see it from the image there, you draft it on a pattern. We still continue with steps involved in making simple garments. Now, number four, you need to adopt the pattern and add seam allowance. Now, when we are talking about seam allowance, you can see it there. It's a little space that you need before you start your sewing. So you adopt the pattern and then you have the seam allowance. Then the fifth step, you need to lay the pattern on the clothes and cut. You lay it, so you use the pin, that is where the pin will come in. You use the pin to pin it down and then you cut. And finally, you put them together and sew. Put all the pieces together and then you sew them together. So that is how to make simple garments. Wow. That is all on sewing tools. Hope you have learned a lot. Now, you will not need to think that sewing tool is only needle and thread, because some of you think that to do sewing tool the tools that needed is needle and thread. No, you need more than that, because it has so many different sewing supplies. Some sewing tools are essential while others are fun and the optional materials that you can get later. Sewing without the right tools and equipment is like trying to cook without the right ingredients. Remember, measurement is important in order to ensure a proper fit. Till next class, keep learning.